Hello everyone, welcome to the Beer Garden again, and this Wednesday we will also have the meeting at Happy Valley again after a great day meeting at Happy Valley last Sunday. And this time for the triple trail races, race 5, race 6 and race 7, there will be a jackpot with 1.6 million Hong Kong dollars. So let's talk about the first leg first. So in race 5, it is a class 4 over 1200 meters. Sarah, who do you like here?
I like the one exponential. Jumping out of barrier 2, he's coming in as one of the most experienced horses in this field besides Luis and Fortune Happiness, but he's consistent over this track and over this distance. He has strong form. He just needs to get out of the gate quickly and I think just get up and chase the pace here, which I think will be really a suitable run for him. And I think Jerry Chow is really going to give him a very nice ride. His last race, he was fourth. It was a very challenging fourth place finish he had. You watched the replay. It was something else to kind of see all of the progression in that and strength and the stretch that we saw among those horses. So you really can't discount that fourth place finish. But I'm going to take a shot here with the one exponential.
Yes, good pick. Number 1, Exponential. He will be jumping from gate 2. I think that he can definitely take advantage of the good draw. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like?
I went for number 9, Joyful Genius, drawn one with Zach Curtin. I mean, I was doing this podcast and also do a blog for all 9 races. I couldn't believe how many Zach Curtin horses I was picking, but not another one. But the fact is, I just happened to have liked those horses. I mean, for instance, Joyful Genius, I kind of liked him on his very second run because he ran well in 6th place behind Joyful Win. And then I actually picked him in my blog 2 runs back. And he was a very good third to Easton, which is a useful horse, Easton from the Frankie Law stable. And Easton went on under Joe Moreira to run second to Loving a Boom. So that's good form. And then last time, Joyful Genius, he went up to 1,400 metres and he took on Point and actually deserted Joyful Genius. I went for On Point, which luckily won. It's a very nice horse. But Joyful Genius, he comes back to, I think, his best trip now, which is 1,200 metres. And I think he has a very good chance. He's drawn one on the rail with Zach Curtin up for the first time. And I think Sarah's picked, a very good selection to the favourite, which will be Exponential. And he's actually had a bit of seconditis recently. He's had something like 4 seconds. And last time he was 4th. But actually, that last run was probably as good a form as he's ever had. It was 4th to Toronado Phantom. And that form is really working out nicely because Toronado Phantom has won again. And the horse that just finished behind Exponential, which was Bingo Bingo, gave Daniel Moore the breakthrough when he was looking for in Hong Kong. But for me, I'm hoping that some of Curtin's genius rubs off on Joyful Genius.
Yes, right. Number 9, Joyful Genius, will be ridden by Zach Curtin, who is recently really on fire. And he also has some good mounts on Wednesday. And Joe, how about you? Who do you like?
I'm with Sarah here on Exponential. We're on the B course tomorrow at Happy Valley, and luckily for Exponential, he's not going to be against Toronado Phantom, Flying Ace, Prance Dragon, Sight Hero, Fortune Carrier, who's been behind a second or so in the last couple of runs. So that's who's all the last races have been drawing bad. He did get a win in one of them, and that was drawn 10. But that was when he was on a lightweight. So he's gradually gone up in the rating. And now he's drawn 2. So hopefully if the speed is right and he could be thereabouts on the speed or take the lead by himself, I'm thinking Jerry Chow takes a 1.5 off his back. I think he's going to finally get a win here. So number 1 Exponential with Jerry Chow for me.
Yeah, Joe and Sarah will go for number 1, Exponential. I think that after jumping from gate 2, he can stay in a really, really good position. And for me, I have my pick on number 4, Sugar Sugar. He's quite a lightly raced horse, and his 3-year-old will have his second up today because on Wednesday there will be 3 batches of class 4 over 1200 meters, and I think that some of the green horses, maybe they are young and then they are still gaining some racing experience. They will have some good performance tomorrow, and then this time I think that number 4, Sugar Sugar, will improve because last time out over this same course and distance with Blake Shin on board and jumping from gate 10. He stayed at the very back but chased well to finish 8th and just 4 lengths behind the winner, Shadow Runner. And I think that it was not a bad debut for Sugar. And recently on January 31st, he had quite a good gallop with his 2 stablemates, Galaxy Weakness and Telecom Missile. And I think that Sugar this time will have quite a good value. And I think that this 3-year-old should be included in our triple trio selections. So to sum up the first leg of the triple trio, race 5, Sara and Joe will go for number 1, Exponential. Steve likes number 9, Joyful Genius, and I will go for number 4, Sugar. And let's talk about the second leg. That will be race 6, 1200 meters again, but this is a class 3 race. Sara, who do you like?
I'm taking the 1 here, Diamond Brilliant, which is also my value bet. We got Bentley aboard this time. He's jumping out of barrier 3, which I think is going to set him up perfectly, as this horse benefits from more of an interior draw. My only concern, though, would be, I think his biggest threat in this race is going to be Party Warrior jumping out of barrier 1. But he can overcome that. He's really quick out of the gate. He does fold a bit under a hot pace, which I don't see that it's going to be as hot as he's competed in recently. He has a couple 8th place finishes under his belt the last 2 times out. Just had really unfortunate runs. But if he comes back to how he was running beginning of December, and he has great form, and there's really no reason he can't put on such a great performance. I think what he would really need to do, I think Bentley's going to have to just get him out of the gate pretty clean, and then have him sit kind of more towards the top of the mid pack. And I think you're going to really see a great performance out of this horse. So I'm going to take my chance here with him. I think you're going to get a good value on him as well. So 1, Diamond Brilliant for me.
Yes, right. For Sara's value bet, this time number 1, Diamond Brilliant. The price currently is $13, and I think that gate 3 is quite a good draw for him, and he is quite a consistent horse with good gate speed. I will be looking forward to him as well. And Steve, how about you? Will you go for Zach Purton again?
I did. I went for Party Warrior, number 8, drawn 1. He's a horse that I've always liked. In fact, the last time he ran, I tipped him up in the beer garden, and he was a very good second to Super Dobbin. Super Dobbin was drawn better that day. He was drawn in 5, and Party Warrior was drawn in 10. And it was he tried really hard. He closed down all the way to the line under Matthew Poon, just couldn't get there in time. He's up £2 for that, which I think is fair enough. But he's a very nice horse, and Purton is 1 from 1 on the horse. He won 3 starts back. He beat Here Comes Ted, and Here Comes Ted then went on to win next time, giving David Ferraris the perfect send-off. And on his penultimate run, Party Warrior, he was drawn in 7. And again, he had quite a wide trip behind A Smile Like Yours. A Smile Like Yours is also running. He's in gate 9. I think he's probably handicapped to his best, but you can never really write him off. And I think Transcendent looked on the way back last time. I think he's getting better again. But I think if the race runs the way I hope it does, and Party Warrior brings his form, I don't see another winner. I think Party Warrior will be too good for them.
Yes, right. I agree that number 8, Party Warrior, he is currently the favorite one with $2. I think that Zach Purton will be on board, and that would be quite a good advantage for him. And Joe, how about you? Who do you like?
Well, I'm hoping that Jerry Chow has a good day, because I picked Gold Chest number 3. Now, he's been going all over the place. He's been shot in all weather, Happy Valley. He hasn't won since 2020, so that's a little bit of a concern there. But he does run on. He is one of the back markers that seems to run on, but doesn't really quite get there. I think the drop in class, because he's been racing a lot in class 2 and got a 3rd in class 2 when Jerry Chow was taking 2.5, and now he's only taking 1.5. I rate him as a good chance here. I think he goes back to Happy Valley. He's going to try the 1200, and he gets drawn number 2, just like Transcended in the last race. So if the draw bias is right, and Gold Chest could swoop in on him over the top later, maybe, or at least get into the places, because Party Warrior is going to look really tough in this race, especially since they draw next to each other. I think Gold Chest does have an each way shot here.
Yes, right. Number 3, Gold Chess will be ridden by Jerry Chow, and then he will be jumping from gate 2. I think that maybe tomorrow on Wednesday at Happy Valley, the horses from the inside barrier are having quite good chances. So looking forward to them. And for me, I will have my best bet here. I agree with Steve that number 8, Party Warrior, ridden by Zach Purton and jumping from gate 1, has a really, really good chance here. And this 4-year-old was a Class 4 winner on November 17th. And he is running quite well recently in Class 3, and I think that he is quite competitive here. Last time out, he was just beaten by a neck, and this time Zach Purton takes the ride again today, and he is so far the only winning jockey for this horse in Hong Kong. So number 8, Party Warrior, in this race will be my best bet on Wednesday. So to sum up the second leg, race 6, Sara goes for number 1, Diamond Brilliant, which is also her value bet on Wednesday. Steve and I will go for number 8, Party Warrior. It is also my best bet. And Joe likes number 3, Gold Chess, ridden by Jerry Chow again. And let's talk about the final leg. That will be race 7. It is a Class 4 over 1200 meters. Again, all of the 3 legs of the triple trio are over 1200 meters. And Sarah, who do you like?
I like the 5, Spicy Grill, with Kiris Teton aboard, jumping out of barrier 1, which sets him up absolutely perfectly, as this is a horse that likes to trail the field, sit along that rail and just sit back. And then he knows how to just steamroll his competition down in the stretch, which I think he has a really great chance of doing here. He's just a great turn of foot. He's consistent at this track and at this distance. So we're going to see him and see how he really clicks into gear here. He's had some pretty great performances the last time out, having great form behind Smart Idea, and then before that, getting a win before Happily Friends and Falcon Turbo. So I think he's one to benefit the most here from the barrier draw, and we're going to see how he challenges his field coming from the back end to the stretch.
Yes, I think so. Sarah's picked number 5, Spicy Grill. He has been quite a good recent form recently. And he's not a big horse, but he's very honest, always finishing quite well. And gate 1 this time will be a very ideal draw for him. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like?
I went for Falcon Turbo, number 2. He's drawn 8 under Jerry Chow. He needs to snap a long losing run, hasn't won for some time. But Douglas White, the excellent trainer, has had 2 wins from him. And then Douglas White has the horse again, because he went to the Tony Millard, and for such a great trainer, it was surprising that Falcon Turbo actually went 15 runs without a win with Tony Millard. He's now back with Douglas White. He's had 5 runs. He hasn't won yet, but he's very much knocking on the door. And he's been third the last twice to Spicy Grill and also Prance Dragon. So I'm hoping that he could very well have been my value bet, actually, Falcon Turbo at the prices. But I'm hoping he can snap a losing run under Jerry Chow. As you've said, the Spicy Grill, as Sarah and you have said, a fantastic horse and very small. But a small horse, but what he lacks in stature, he makes up in heart and guts and tries really hard. But for me, hopefully Falcon Turbo can return to winning ways.
Yes, number 2, Falcon Turbo. I think that this time with Jerry Chow on board, he can take advantage of the weight, because he will be just carrying 127 pounds, which is lighter than his recent start. I think he is having quite a good chance. And Joe, how about you? Will you go for Jerry again?
Yeah, now I was going back and forth on Falcon Turbo and Spicy Grill. So my original pick was Spicy Grill, and I liked Spicy Grill from what Sarah said. Then I was like, well, I had Jerry Chow in the last 2 races. Might as well have him in the last leg of the triple trio. So now I'm with Falcon Turbo. Draw number 8. I don't think that's a concern, because he has gate speed to go off the pace, and he did have Zach Purton on, and was a beaten favorite. But yeah, like what Steve said, he's knocking on the door. Jerry Chow's had some good rides on him, especially getting a second, barely losing in at Sha Tin at the 1200 meters. So I think he is knocking on the doors. What Steve says, this is one of the little bit tougher races on the card. We do have an unraced runner with Zach Purton on, and he's getting a little bit of favoritism there. But I'm going to go with somebody on the top weight, plus Jerry Chow's taking some weight off of him. Number 2, Falcon Turbo for me.
Yeah, good. And Joe and Steve will also go for number 2, Falcon Turbo. Yes, I agree that apart from Zach Burton on Wednesday, Jerry also have some good mounts. So let's keep our eyes on him. And for me, I will go for the class dropper. I like number 1, Mercurial. He will be jumping from gate 3 under Anton Hamilton. And because I think that this time racing in class 4, he is quite competitive here. And last time out over this course and distance in class 3, actually he jumps quite well, but he didn't lead. Still ran well, finishing 5th behind those informed horses such as Winning Method, the runner, Seizing the Moment. It was not a bad form. And this time drop in class, I think that with a good draw, he will lead after jumping from gate 3. So I will looking forward to the class dropper number 1, Mercurial. So to sum up the final leg of the triple trio, race 7, Sara goes for number 5, Spicy Grill, and Steve and Joe will go for number 2, Falcon Turbo, and I will go for the class dropper number 1, Mercurial. So that's all for our triple trio selection. Don't forget there will be a jackpot tomorrow, and hopefully we can hit it. And let's talk about our favorite part that will be our best bet on Wednesday at Happy Valley. Sara, who is your best bet?
My best bet comes in at race 4, which is a class 4 over 1,800 meters, the 3 Red Impact with Purton aboard. I'm hoping that, like Steve had alluded to, that we're going to, Purton's going to continue this success as we saw last meet over Happy Valley. But Red Impact, I think, is a horse that's in some of his best form right now. He's looking really great. He's dropping back. Last time they tried him out at the 2,200 meter, which I think was just a bit too far for him. He did get a 3rd place finish there. But I like the dropping him back to this 1,800 meter. He's been consistent at Happy Valley. So I'm really excited to see how he's going to come back and really perform at this 1,800 meter again. Like I said, his form is unbelievable, and I think he's just really at the top of his game right now. And Zach Purton, he's on staying on this as he rode him last time out, and Zach Purton also is a jockey that's just on fire at Happy Valley, so it could be the double threat right there with those two. So 3 Red Impact and race 4 is my best bet.
Yes, I agree. Sarah's best bet on Wednesday will be in race 4, number 3, Red Impact will be ridden by Zach Purton. Currently, the price is 4.1, and I think that this horse is having quite a consistent recent form, and he is very strong over Happy Valley. And Steve, how about you? Who is your best bet?
Well, like Sarah, I went to Zach Purton 2 for the best bet. I went to race number 3 over the 1,650 meters, or just over a mile. I went for Dragon Pride number 7, drawn on the rail under Zach. He's a horse that showed an instant benefit for the switch to the stable of Benno Young, and his first run for that yard, it was a very good 3rd over 1,000 meters, and then his penultimate run was over 1,400 meters at Charene, where he ran really well. And I picked him last time, actually. I thought he'd go back-to-back wins, but I think if Matthew Chadwick had his time over again, he might have been a bit closer to the pace, because he was well back turning in, and he made up a lot of ground, but he just couldn't quite get to the winner, which was Super Kin. Now, he went up £2 for that, but that still puts him on a mark of 30. And I think this horse looks a lot better physically as well as ability. I think we'll see him actually climb out of class 5 into class 4. So I think he looks a very nice contender. So I'm very optimistic that he's a very likely race for Benny Young. So I think there's plenty of improvement. So I'm going for Dragon Pride under Zach Purton from the rail draw.
Yes, I think so. Number 7, Dragon Pride in race 3, he will be ridden by Zach Purton. This horse suffers from some setback in previous seasons, but it is good to see him to have some consistent form this season. And I think that he is currently very fit right now and jumping from gate 1 on Wednesday. There is a huge chance for him. So currently the price is 2.2 for number 7, Dragon Pride in race 3, which is Steve's best bet on Wednesday. And Joe, how about you? Who is your best bet?
Now, I took a big, a little bit of a big price at the last of the best bet, but I just like the way that he's running right now, and that's number 8, Total Power, in race number 9. I mean, Goritas is looking like he's going to probably be in the Derby. He is a 4-year-old. Total Power is a 6-year-old, and Goritas is the favorite right now. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. But I decided that, if there's a horse you really like, no matter how many times you look at the form, you have to go with it. And Total Power was the one for me. He was in his last race with Morera on. He was just slowly progressing into that race. And then all of a sudden he just turned it up at the top of the lane and then ended up blowing him out by 2.5. Alfie Chan's going to be on him. He's going to have no weight. But obviously he's going up in class, so he's getting up in the ratings. But you also look at who he's raced behind. He beat Sunny Delight, Villa Fion, Taichi Monster, Cheerful Days, Fafa. He was also against Naboo Attack. So at one point, he was pretty good. He did have a win with Jerry Chow when he was taking 3 kilos off his back in Happy Valley at May the 5th. So he's been around Happy Valley. He's won. He'll win. He's won about 5 times after 33 starts. I think he could cause an upset in the last race. So I decided to grow some balls and try to give it a shot with Total Power in the last race. He's currently at 11-1. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow at Happy Valley.
Yes, right. For Joe's best bet on Wednesday is currently having quite a good value, which is race 9, number 8, Total Power. He's a last-time winner in Class 4, and this time up to Class 3. He will be ridden by Alfred Chan and jumping from Gate 1, which is quite a good draw for him. And I also think that he will have quite a good chance on Wednesday. And for me, my best bets just we mentioned in race 6, that will be number 8, Party Warrior, ridden by Zach Burton. I think that this horse has quite a good recent forms, and then this time it is happy to have Zach on board, and hopefully Zach just have scored 5 winners last Sunday at Happy Valley, and I think that this time he also have some good mounts on Wednesday, and hopefully he can continue his form on this time. So my best bet will be race 6, number 8, Party Warrior. So to sum up our best bet on Wednesday, Sara goes for race 4, number 3, Red Impact. Steve goes for race 3, number 7, Dragon Pride, and Joe goes for the race 9, number 8, Total Power, and I will go for race 6, number 8, Party Warrior. And let's talk about our value bet. Sara, what is your value bet on Wednesday?
Mine is the one horse Diamond Brilliant in race 6. This horse he's just one of those horses where when he gets into kind of a nasty race, gets bumped or whatnot, he still can just click into gear and pull off that turn of foot to put on a really great performance. We've seen that before where he's hit the board in a 3rd place or a 2nd place finish. So I think he's unbelievable, just coming off of a couple rather unlucky runs. I think we're going to see him come back true to form and really see him perform over this 1,200 meter distance here. Like I said, if we get a clean break out of this horse, we could see a performance that we haven't seen in quite some time. And that's kind of what I'm banking on. And I think Harry Bentley can really give him a good ride. So that is 1 Diamond Brilliant and race 6.
Yeah, that's cool. Sara's value bet on Wednesday will be in the 2nd leg of the Triple Trio, race 6, number 1, Diamond Brilliant. Gate 3 this time is really a good advantage for him. And Steve, how about you? Who is your value bet?
I went to race number 8 over 1,200 meters. So many sprint races on the card, which is great because I love sprint races. And I went for Regency Star. He's drawn 4 under Alexis Bedell, who knows the horse well. He's the only time Regency Star has won has been under the Frenchman. He's a likeable, consistent sort. He won 4 runs back over course and distance, and he's continued to run over the 6 furlongs at Happy Valley. He was a good 4th on his penultimate start to Rewarding Together, who then obviously went on to win again. And on the back of that, he was made favourite. He was only 5th, but it was still a decent run. He was just behind Jazz Steed. But I think he was 5th to Circuit Booming, in fact. But he's a nice horse. He's still lightly raced. I think he's got a bit of potential in Regency Star. And I'm certainly hoping he can place, if not win, under Alexis Bedell in race number 8.
Yes, I think so. In race 8, there will be another batch of Class 4 1,200 meters. Number 8, Regency Star for Steve's value bet will be jumping from Gate 4. Currently, the price is 8.9. Yes, he will be ridden by Alexis Bedell, who is the best jockey for this horse. Looking forward to his performance. And Joe, how about you? Who is your value bet?
My value bet's going to be in race number 4, which is over 1,800 meters, a Class 4 race. That is number 7, Hyperion Tree with Jerry Chow, and he's the longest, I think this is the longest race on the card, and I think Hyperion Tree is really screaming for getting that much longer distance. And he's been on the improve in this last race, running on pretty well too, with Jerry Chow. So I think he'll improve in this race. I think he'll at least get into the places. I'm hoping. Lot of really good horses in this race as well. You have Red Impact and Lucky Diamond and Willing Validity and Off the Reel, who actually beat him last time out. But he also was raced against Party Warrior, who's also on the card this week, and then Dr. Winning, who won this past Sunday over at Happy Valley. So I think with the improvement with Jerry Chow and taking a little bit more weight off his back, I think he could get some good value there. So number 7 for me, Hyperion Tree, in race number 4.
Yes, great. So Jerry Chow and Albert Chen will be the two favorite jockeys for Joe on Wednesday. And for his value bet race 4, actually this is the first leg of the 6 up, which will also have quite a big jackpot on Wednesday. And number 7, Hyperion Tree, will be up in this distance for the first time, and I think that this is also quite suitable for him. So for me, my value bet will be in race 2. I like number 7, Fortune Triple, and I think that this horse is quite a good stayer, always looking for a long distance. So this trip, 2200 meters, is the most suitable for him. Among his 4 previous starts this season, he always jumped from the wide gates, but this time finally a good draw for Fortune Triple, and hopefully he can take advantage of the good gates. And this time Daniel Moore will be on board, that he just claimed his first victory in Hong Kong, and I think that Daniel can keep his form on Wednesday. So my value bet will be in race 2, number 7, Fortune Triple, jumping from gate 1 under Daniel Moore. So to sum up our value bet, for Sarah, that will be race 6, number 1, Diamond Brilliant. For Steve, that is race 8, number 8, Regency Star. For Joe, that will be race 4, number 7, Hyperion Tree. And for myself, that will be in race 2, number 7, Fortune Triple. So we just cover our picks from race 2 to race 9 at Happy Valley this time, and the opener is just a small field for you to think about it. And apart from the triple trio that we just discussed, don't forget that there will also be the 6-win bonus jackpot for the 6 up, starting from race 4 to race 9. And wish you all the best on Wednesday at Happy Valley this time. Hope you will hit the jackpot for the start of the Chinese New Year. And see you next time. Bye-bye.